Well, it's a historic moment. It's a never before that has happened. You've beaten the 14-time champions of the Thomas Cup and you put Bharat right there. And it's happening in the 75th year of our independence. So that is something which is all the more special. Joining us now are members of that champion team, that world-beating team, Kidambi Srikanth, Chirag Shetty, Satwik Sairaj. My namaste, and also thank you very, 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 very much to all of you. Wow, I'm so proud of all of you. So let's start with the Buddha of Indian badminton. That's what everybody is calling you, Srikanth. Take us through the journey of this tournament.
Well, frankly, we didn't get enough time to, practice as a team because the team got announced very late and we were also playing a lot of tournaments. So me, Satwik Chirag, we were in Philippines for Badminton Asia Championships, and then we went back from there. We only had about 3-4 days before we came here. So, and then the team also got announced really late. So, first thing that we did immediately after the team got announced is that, we made a WhatsApp group. And then we named it as It's Coming Home.
Wow.
So I think it started from there, and always I have memories of some of my previous team events where we did really well, and me, Satwik Chirag, we were part of the Commonwealth team that won the gold. So we actually have some memories of the team that actually did, and what we more or less know what will work and what will not work in a team events. And there are also a lot of other youngsters, and it's more about it's just like we told each other that we can do it. Individually, we've done a lot of good stuff. We've won tournaments, we played exceptionally, we beat some top players, but now this is an opportunity where we can perform together for the nation. And I feel this Thomas Cup for badminton is like more or less probably say even bigger than World Cup for cricket. So
yes,
so I think we just told each other that this is the opportunity that we have, and all of us are doing exceptionally well. So if we can really get together all of that, and then play the best badminton possible on court, we always knew that we can do well. But one thing that we did throughout the tournament is to have team meetings before and after the matches. We helped each other, we pushed each other, we believed in each other. Even if somebody is having a bad day, we try and one of the player from the team used to go and talk to them and then motivate them. And then because we all know that each of us have done really well. That is the reason we're part of this Indian team. So if we can really get our best badminton, we can definitely beat anyone. But it's really important to be consistent and get that when it did really matter. Yeah. And I'm just very happy and very proud that when it did really matter in the finals, Lakshya really won a single, and then Satwik Chirag coming down from a one set down to really having trailing 3 match points to pull that second set and then to win the third set. I think they kind of really took out the pressure from my match. So I only had to just go out there and have fun. That's it. I didn't really have to do anything. I think these people really played under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and Lakshya was battling food poisoning, wasn't he, Satwik? And talk us through your match. What happened in that in the final when you were playing match number 2? Were you surprised that the Indonesians shuffled their badminton doubles team?
Actually, we know Kevin and Hassan was playing because Marcus was not there in that team, and head to head, Kevin is far like he can comfortably play with us. But as a pair, we played with them before in the team championship as well. So even with them before last time in Malaysia, I think BATC even third game 24-22. I remember that match. So I was expecting the same match, like a close match. But when we started the first game and we were leading and we lost, then in the second game we got a little rhythm back and we kept our nerves calm, and there was like a lot of encouragement for the match. So every time an Indonesia is playing, there will be a lot of crowd for Indonesia, but
Yeah.
this time, like, there is a lot of crowd for India. Then I was like, okay, let's do this now. So we have to play, and hopefully we did it.
No, absolutely. But Chirag, this It's Coming Home WhatsApp group name, whose idea was it? You're on mute, Chirag. Yeah, go ahead.
It was Pranoy's idea. I still remember I took a screenshot yesterday when I went through the chats. It was on 30th April that we made the group. And Pranoy made it, the name of the group was It's Coming Home TUC, Thomas and Uber Cup.
Wow.
And with an angry emoji in the end, like just to charge the other 9 members in the team. And he was the one who made the group. And I think right from day one, like even though we were not together on the 30th because we were playing tournaments, when we came back to Hyderabad, the day we landed, the next day itself, we went out for a meal together. And I don't think we've ever done that before in all the team events that all 3 of us have been part of. Like I have never seen that before. The team camaraderie, like even though we were not in the Thomas Cup as yet, we were in India and we were actually doing the team building thing. And it was very organic. It was only the players that decided that we have to be really, we have to gel well together. We have to be together as a team, as a unit. And I think that is one of the things that stood out for us this time at the Thomas Cup, because I think the teams that we beat on paper were much better than us. All the teams that we beat, but the will and the zest to win was much more in our team than their team, and I think that was the X factor that we had.
You had many challenges, didn't you, Srikanth? Because Lakshya was battling food poisoning. Pranoy had a ankle niggle. How did it all come together? How did you guys fight through all that? And what was going through your mind? Or did you somewhere feel, like he's saying, before Thomas Cup itself, team meeting had happened, It's Coming Home had happened. So somewhere you felt that this is our time. Apna time aa gaya.
Yeah, definitely. Lakshya had food poisoning, but it was before the start of the tournament. I think during his first match and second match. And then luckily we had easier first and second rounds in the group stage. But yeah, I think even after, even in his quarters and semis, he also played well, but he couldn't really win. So, it was really important for all of us to, really back him up, really, talk to him and encourage him and then push him to do well. And again, I think, when Satwik Chirag, played against Chinese Taipei, after that loss, these people were very, they really, kind of really, I think Chirag almost cried. And then, he was in a, there were a lot of emotions going through. And then since that time, since the quarterfinals, the will and the just to do well, I think has gone up to say, 200, 250, maybe percent. So I think that particular match also, helped these, these both do well from the quarters, semis, and finals. And it was more about us not thinking about anything. It was just about going out there and winning the match. That's it. We didn't really think about anything else. For us, we have to go on court and we have to win. That's it. That's the only thing that we had in mind. There was nothing else. And yeah, I think as Chirag rightly mentioned, for us it was always there. We just thought that we have to win. And the team bonding, whatever small things that we've done even before we've come here, I think all of that really helped. And everyone who didn't even play, say, quarters or semis, when they were in the dugout, they were really cheering loud, and then they were really encouraging every point. And also a special thanks to some of the girls from the Uber Cup team. Their quarters, semis, finals, they were there from the very first match till the last match. They were there. They were shouting. They were shouting out, like with all that they have. And then it's something like, the small things like these do really change a lot of things, when you're on court, and then when you actually see 20 people, 25 people cheering for you, and then cheering out so loud for you, every point you win, you lose, they're cheering, they're there for you. That really will push you, that little extra 5%, 10%, which is really important to win such close matches. Yeah, we just thought about winning, that's nothing else, and I think that really helped.
True, you didn't lose a single game, so you were in a Buddha zone all together. But Satwik, tell me, who was about to cry? Why?
When we played with Chinese Taipei, we didn't had a good match. Like we didn't play like 30 or 40% also. We couldn't play with them. So that day we got like very frustrated, and Chirag like very, very frustrated. I never saw him that much frustrated. He didn't came to room as well. He came after 2 or 3 hours later in the late night. I don't know where he went, but he's like very frustrated. So from that day, I think that match turned as like from next match, we wanted to prove, we wanted to do, and for India, and we wanted to do well. So yeah, for every loss there will be a good chance. I felt that time, like if you lose, there are like good coming days. I feel that lose gave us like so much confidence for the next matches. I think that spirit, and also yeah. So yeah, that day, like he was like very sad in Chirag. I never saw him like very frustrated. He's like he's like very frustrated that day. So yeah.
Because everybody is saying that he was playing like a man possessed on court. It was like fire and ice between the two of you, the way you guys were playing. So Chirag, where did you go? What did you do that you came back? And then talk us through that match against the defending champions Denmark. That was close, wasn't it? That was really, really tough. It was 3-2, and a lot hinged upon how you played. Even in the final, you guys came back from behind. So talk us through. First, let's start with where did you go?
Well, like Satwik said, it's a secret. But yeah, I went. I was quite dejected that day, and like all the 10 of us, after every match, we just the 10 of us, the boys used to have a meeting together, and in the meeting, I was quite emotional. Like I was blaming myself a lot for the loss, and I wasn't really happy with the way I played individually. So, like after the meeting ended, Srikanth Bhai called me over, to his room, and he's like, "You don't have to take it to your heart, and it's okay. It's just one match. You will bounce back stronger. But next time when you get on court, just have that fire in you, and everything will be fine." And I think I felt a lot better after that, and I just went down, but I still wanted to talk to someone. And I spoke to my psychologist after that.
Oh, okay.
So, and after that, I felt a lot better, and also to my family members. And yeah, after that, after 2-3 hours, I came back to the room, and I slept off. And as they say, rest is history. And after that, we won that important quarterfinal match against Malaysia, followed by Denmark, and then Indonesia. So I think as they say, your greatest wins come after your greatest losses, and that's what happened with us. And as far as the Denmark match goes, I think for all the matches we had a set strategy that in the first two matches, in the men's singles one and the men's doubles one, we have to take at least one match, because we knew for a fact that our men's singles 2 and men's singles 3 will be strong. So eventually, if the tie goes to the decider, we'll be able to take it. So our strategy mainly in all the matches was to at least take one match from the men's singles 1 and men's doubles 1, because the other matches we can pull off. And that was the strategy in the quarterfinals and the semifinals. In the finals, we didn't really have to do that. We just took it straight away 3-0. And I think it's kind of fairy tale ending for us, I would say. And yeah, all of us were really, really happy.
Night before the final, what was the thought process, Kidambi? If I can ask you, Shrikant? Yeah.
See, again, the only thing that I told everyone is that let's take it as another match, because, Indonesia will also be under a lot of pressure, because if you actually see on paper, they're kind of the strongest team. And we for a fact, we know that even though they are the strongest on paper, if we can really, play our best badminton, we always have the chance. So it's just about, keeping calm, and then, when you get the opportunity, just, utilize it, just play well. If you are consistent, if you don't take the pressure too much, if you are consistent, if you can really play the best badminton possible, there's always a chance for us. And it's like, if you actually see, Lakshya, just started off for us, and then Satwik Chirag continued, and we just had to take it another step. That's it. I didn't really have to do anything, frankly.
Well, but what was the emotion? That last point, you closed it out. The championship is home. It's come home. What was your emotion, Shrikant? And then I'll come to Chirag and Satwik. Yeah, Shrikant.
It was like a pressure release for me, There's a lot of things that are going, and then that point was like a pressure release. It was like, that's it. Nothing else.
But that's it, just pressure release.
Just a pressure release.
Oh yeah.
It's over. Yeah, it is ours. It's coming home.
Chirag?
Our match or Srikant's match?
When you won, when India won, pata lag gaya 3-0.
India won. You've seen the celebrations. I jumped on him, and the moment I jumped on him, I was so happy that I actually fell down on the court. After I jumped on him, I literally pounced on him on the court, and suddenly, I don't know who pushed me, I just fell down on the court. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I was so jubilant, and I was really, really happy. All of us were. We just entered the court like mad people. Like literally, we were just enjoying ourselves. We were dancing on the court. We did everything on the court, and it was something. I think it was. I can't simply describe it in words. I can't put it in words.
There is somebody who's joined the conversation, who's listening to you. Do you see who it is?
Yes. Gopi sir.
Gopiana, thank you for joining us. How do you feel? These are boys who you said कि आगे जाके ये करेंगे, कमाल करेंगे. मेरे को याद है कॉमनवेल्थ के टाइम में जब मैं आया था तब आपने कहा था अभी तो they're just getting ready. You see what they do. How's your feeling? Thomas Cup has come home, sir.
No, this is huge. I think what they've done is amazing. Well, I expected them to do well, but to actually have all of them do well at the same time and then peak day after day to actually finish off clinically is something phenomenal. I think it's an amazing victory.
How does this feel, Shrikant, coming from Gopiana? He's not somebody who praises so easily, no?
I know. I now have, say, almost 13 years of experience. I can count on my fingers how many times he praised me. So yeah, it feels really happy.
I think one of the most important things is that they were tough matches and they were very close, whether it was Srikanth or Lakshya, Pranoy or Chirag and Satwik pulling it off. I think each one of those matches were very close. All of them stayed, played the course and also stayed cool to finish it. I think that was important. At the end of the day, somebody could actually mess it up, but they just stayed calm. Everybody had their chances to win. They lost those chances. They got their chances again, but they stayed on. And Lakshya also was amazing because he just kept fighting. And that turned tables around. Pranay was amazing because he was going through pain and then he could pull through. I think Satwik Chirag, that doubles win after having lost to them so many times, I think was very, very important. So fabulous, fabulous team. I think it's amazing.
Did any of them ever call you through the course of the tournament saying, Anna, it's not happening, I'm getting frustrated?
No, I think somehow the energy in the entire team, and I think was that we're going to do something. So here also at the academy, also when they were leaving, the sense was that I think Chirag had said this to a few of them, that is bara medal leke hi aayenge. So I think that's something which in fact today the coaches were telling, sir, hum log ko pata tha hai. I think it's good that many of them felt felt the way they left from here.
They formed a group which has titled "It Is Coming Home." They've had a dinner together with just the players. All of this is coming out, but they'd all planned it and they'd gone with this whole jazba that they go to Chirag. See, Gopi sir is saying, what do you think?
Well, yeah, we did tell everybody back in Hyderabad that we will come back with the medal, and because I knew for a fact that if we push ourselves and if we are there for each other, even if we lose, like I think everybody in the dugout, who like even if they've lost the match, they'll stretch in 5 minutes, 10-15 minutes, come back to the dugout and cheer at the top of their voices, and everybody was doing that. Like, and they, even if like both me and Satwik, when we lost the Chinese Taipei match, the moment we lost, I was really dejected. But the moment we came out, we were back in the dugout cheering for Srikanth Bhai's match because he was playing right after us. And I just completely forgot about my loss, how bad I played, how bad we played, everything. And we were there to support him because and I think that is what this team is all about, like being there for each other. And I think that's what we were really good at. Yes, we were on paper, we were not the strongest team, like I said before, but we were there for each other, even if we lost, and that's what stood out for us.
But there was somebody, Satwik, who was holding the tricolor and doing a nice dance. Who after the victory happened, who was that?
I don't remember.
You got to tell me who was the person who was holding the tricolor and doing that dance.
So I was doing from the first, and I got a flag. Then the dole was happening, so I couldn't control myself. So we were dancing all the throughout in the dugout when Srikanth Bhai is playing. So I know he will pull it off. So he's like a finisher for a badminton. He's like, I was calling him in the interval, Dhoni, Dhoni, Dhoni. He will finish off in style. So for the first time in the second set, I remember I called him Dhoni. He got a point. Then everyone looked at me. I again called him. He got like 4 continuous points. 11-7 he was leading. From then I was calling Dhoni, Dhoni, finished off. He likes Dhoni, so I was calling him with that name. So I know for the fact he was like, he's very confident he can pull it off all these matches. So yeah.
True, absolutely. Yeah, Srikanth, I know we have limited time with you guys because you guys are scheduled. You have a schedule. Let me ask you. One is the practice at the academy in Hyderabad with Gopi sir. You've also worked with the government coming forward. Are there many other factors too? Even the role of private players, sponsors coming to the fore, badminton getting attention. Has this all contributed to us achieving what we have today as a nation?
Definitely, yes. If you actually see, the support from Gopi sir, has been there, from, for me for last 13 years, nobody can take that out. But again, the support from government, say SAI or TOPS or the federation, it has been really amazing. They've been very supportive. And again, for me personally, my is like leaning Bank of Baroda. They've been really exceptionally supportive because during that COVID times when I couldn't really play tournaments, didn't really get to the Olympics. Even then they were very supportive. So I would just like to thank everyone, for always being there. And, a special thanks to Gopi sir. That will always be there in all my interviews. That's one standard thing in the end, because, a lot of credit goes to him, that's for sure. But again, I would like to thank, the government and the National Federation and my sponsors.
Let me ask you this. For somebody who beat death, you were in a coma, you cheat meningitis. From there, you've come to become silver medalist, world champion, world number 1, now Thomas Cup. Now, are you just telling life that I've got lots to take from you?
Yeah, I'm just, taking it as it comes. I'm not really thinking too much. For me, it's more about, living day by day. I'm not really thinking too much in the future.
But why don't your parents like to watch you play? We spoke to your parents and they said, I don't like to see Srikanth play. I don't see him play live action.
So this is something that my father has been doing from a very long time. Like, not now, even when I was when I was 8, 9, when I was playing districts, even when I was playing first round of my district level tournaments, he never used to come inside the hall. He used to sit outside, and then I always used to go out after my match and tell him what happened. So he never actually watches my match. However easy it is, even if I tell him that I will anyway win it, I will definitely win it very easily, he'll never come and watch.
So it's his habit. Gopi sir, somebody tells me you also have that habit. You don't like to see them playing live unless you are courtside.
No, not really. I just enjoyed each match. In fact, I watch badminton all the time. So there's so many matches I keep on watching. But I think each one is sentimental. So sometimes on the first day of a tournament, if somebody's lost a match when you're watching, then people tend not to watch the matches anymore. So that's the kind of thing we have. So each one is actually, I don't know how many people are breaking coconuts in how many temples in this part of the country. I'm sure some in my family definitely are. So we have a lot of pilgrimages to take, I think, for all of us. And I think this is historic, and definitely all the support and the blessings are very important.
World Championship, Olympic medal, Thomas Cup, sub boxes tick ho raha hai dheere dheere. It's taken nearly 2 decades, Gopi sir. But these people, these students seem to be coming off. Thoda mehnat rang la rahi hai.
No, I think this was I think this is very, very special. I think to win an individual medal is one side of a story, but to actually collectively come together and pull off something like this is amazing. I'm sure I think these guys' names will be remembered by Indonesians and Malaysians and Danish people quite a lot, and they'll be trolled quite a bit in the future. But I think that's the way it is. I think remember the date and the year. I think this will be spoken for a long time in the future.
True. See, Guru has already said, Shishyas, better watch out. They're going to come hard at you.
Chirag is already being trolled by Indonesians.
Are they trolling you, the Indonesians, Chirag?
Yeah,
Chirag
they
is
are.
fighting.
They're calling me
Indonesia
king of delay, king of delay, and Indians and Indonesians are fighting on my Instagram handle on the comment section.
Good. Let's hope, like the Thomas Cup, India wins there too. After the conversation.
They are winning.
They are winning. Good. Satwik Sairaj, Chirag Shetty, Kidambi Srikanth, congratulations to you, to Lakshya, to HS Prannoy, the entire team. You've done us all very much proud, lots of proud. I'm like, wow, I just want this conversation to go on. What a day today is Buddha Purnima, 75th year of independence, and a Buddha-like of Indian badminton has led his team to the Thomas Cup. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And Gopi sir, always thank you. Thank you very, very much. This is a moment of pride for all of us. This is very, very special. And I thank you for making the effort. Boys, was it a good surprise to see Gopi sir pop up on your...
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Continue to shine
Thank
on.
you.
Continue to